Hello, I'm just gonna do another random video, and in today's video, it might come across as a bit random. It's a bit different, but it's something that's got into my head the last couple of days. Something I've been thinking about. And I think I've been discussing this topic with someone. I can't remember, but it feels like in the last 13 years, around maybe late 2010s, 2011, 2012, 2013, around those sort of times. Ever since then, it feels like in England and probably the Western world, like America and English speaking countries basically. But I think more in England, more annoying in England, there's been a culture where people are striving for perfection. People want to be perfect. And that influence of social media, TikTok, Love Island, reality TV. In England and Great Britain, there's been a culture of reality TV. People seem to fucking love it for some reason. I fucking hate reality TV. I think it's the biggest pile of shit invented. I don't think much things piss me off more than fucking reality TV. So it's fucking shit. I fucking hate it. Things like X Factor. Thank God that's not a thing, and God fucking forbid that gets brought back on telly. Because that's fucking pile of shit. Britain's Got Talent, maybe not as bad, but it's still fucking shit. Fucking horrible. Fucking shit. Anything Simon Cowell is involved with, it's utter fucking shite. And just things like whatever ITV have brought out this morning with Philip Schofield and all that fucking shit. It's like there's a culture where mainstream television, social media, mainstream media are trying to push this onto people, and in the 2010s that's been the case. That's, to me, defined the 2010s in Great Britain, and it's just ruined socialising the way people are. People strive for perfection, and it's just destroyed people where you have high expectations in life. You have to live up to a certain expectation that's not realistically reachable, like being good looking. Some fucking people want to look like a Barbie and a Ken doll, and when you don't have those genetics where it's not realistic to live up to those expectations, it's depressing. But in the real world, no one's fucking perfect. Far fucking from. I know for my fucking self, I'm definitely not perfect. Fucking hell. If you've watched my previous videos, you should know. But yeah, and especially that fucking pile of shit, Love Island. Well, I don't think I'm going to say the S word, but because YouTube's sensitive to that, but I think it's three people. Three people that are involved with Love Island has offed themselves. So that says a lot about that fucking show. One being a presenter, Caroline Flack. What's happened to her is despicable. What the media have done to her is unfucking forgivable. I think with this channel, this is the closest thing I'm going to talk about that kind of shit with reality TV. Because I just fucking hate this shit. But I feel like with one thing I hate about England, because I've done a recent video of my distaste for England and Great Britain, but something I've not mentioned is the media, the culture, the influence it's brought onto people. And this culture in England with people, normal, everyday people, where they want to be perfect and they've become so unrelatable. And that's one of the reasons that's ruined socialising. Like, you can't socialise with it, you can't connect with them. They're just mostly unapproachable, really. I've mentioned in a video about my experience with these kinds of people, where they've clearly had work done. The big and muscular, this big hard man and his girlfriend thought they'd give me a load of shit one day. This is when I was in hospital at my lowest, and he thought he'd just call me a miserable cunt out at random. These are the sort of people that's around, and there's a culture in England where people are going around, especially men, big and hard, fucking picking on people, getting into people's faces, like they're overconfident, like they've got some sort of like ADHD or something. And the naive girlfriends just back them up because they don't know any better. Vulnerable. Not everyone's like that, thank God, but I think there's a lot of people who are like that, fake as anything. Fake as fuck. And it's got me questioning and got me theorising, is that part of my loneliness? Because I've got Asperger's as well, and Asperger's to its core is a social disability where you can't socialise. And with woke culture as well. Like the 2010s are just shit. They were just fucking shit. People are so unrelatable, and that's the influence of the internet. The internet has probably ruined things worse than we've actually thought. I think there's good things about the internet, but there's also bad. Like, fucking hell, there's a lot of bad. Whereas I quite enjoy YouTube. That's probably my favourite part of the internet. That's my main source of entertainment these days. But yeah, it's just got me thinking, really. Of unrealistic expectations in life, and it's just, there was a time like 10 years ago where, when I was in college, that I tried and got all depressed because I could not live up to those expectations. Like, there was a time in college, because I'm from around like the Manchester area, and it was the time around when like the Stone Roses got back together, so I was getting into that kind of stuff. So I was getting depressed that I couldn't afford like pretty green jackets and Parkers and fucking Adidas Originals jackets and trainers. I can afford them now. Like, I've got quite a fairly decent collection of Adidas Originals stuff at the minute, but when it comes to pretty green, they do clothing for smaller fits, skinny people. I'm not skinny, I'm overweight. So it's not going to fucking happen with that. But yeah, there was a time where I tried to live up to it, and I wanted to try and base my fashion style on people like Liam Gallagher and Ian Brown, but Liam Gallagher from like the 90s, where he did look cool as fuck. But because I think Liam Gallagher, probably around like 2010s, early 2000s, went a bit Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka in fashion way, went a bit weird, I think, personally. But I was depressed because I didn't have cheekbones, and I kept feeling my jawline and cheekbones because I really wanted sunken in cheekbones like Ian Brown. Like I wanted to look like Ian Brown back in when he released the first Stone Roses album. That's what I wanted to look like, and I was depressed that I didn't. But yeah, I'm going a bit off topic, but that's one example of me trying to live up to expectations that I probably will never live up to because genetics are not on my side. But yeah, it's just a culture that's ruined everything, especially with this Love Island and fucking TikTok. I was glad when Trump banned TikTok. I think it was a much needed thing, and I wish it was still banned. But yeah, I don't know if I've got much else to say on that, but yeah, I think that's my feelings towards the 2010s of the last 10 years. Hopefully it's going away, but I don't know. I think there's still a lot of people that are alive that just wish they're on Love Island. The most unrelatable people going. People with no personality. That's another thing. People don't have any personality anymore. These pretty people, these good-looking people just have no fucking personality. Which has just destroyed socialising. The dating market's fucked. Where people have unrealistic expectations. Especially women, I'm not going to lie. People play the victim. Feminism, that's fucking ruined everything. Victimhood, fucking all that shit. It's just like this mainstream media has brainwashed people, pushed all this woke shit. Whereas if you're like seen as a minority, seen as vulnerable, even people like myself who have got Asperger's and autism, but I feel like I've got the brain to realise that's just a load of shit. And there's a few other people that